what is still the skill set that's going to help you get into those rooms? It actually has nothing to do with money. Speakers mess up so much. Influencers mess up so much nowadays because I'm trying to think about my content. I'm trying to think about what I think is going to go viral. What my content is going to help some. No. It's not about my content. It's what the audience is wanting. All they need is leadership. They're tired of telling people telling them what they need, and people starting to ask them what they actually want.
Got the one and only, bro.
Yo, Jay in the house.
Lion.
Lions den, baby.
That's it.
Welcome
So
back.
we usually start off by letting you introduce yourself, give us your name, where you're from, what you do. Just give a little breakdown for everybody on DocTok.
Hey, I like a line introduction.
Yeah.
Because the only way to do it is to roar.
Yeah.
You know, just to give you a quick introduction, I never thought that I could roar. I started off as that young kid that was lost, confused, didn't think high school was for me, really took the plunge into my own self and discovering a lot of bad shit, to be honest, first very quickly. And what that landed to is the right decisions, the right connections, the right handshakes, writing $1 million deals, but it's not even about that either, because what I realized, it wasn't what the money was.
Yeah.
It wasn't even what the actual time brought. It was actually the people. So very quickly at an early age, I was able to understand that one handshake can change the trajectory of your life. And that's why, gentlemen, I'm here with you guys today. Because one handshake changed us to be here today.
I agree. That was crazy how we met, too.
Yeah.
Like 3 APs, like Power Rangers, right?
Hey. Well, he had this energy to him when we first met at Rise conference last year, and it was actually Emmy that Emmy came to us, and I think we met Emmy. We shook her hands like, hey,
No,
nice
she
to meet
literally
you.
came up and she's like, "You guys are gonna love my boyfriend.
Yeah,
come
literally.
with me." We're like, "Okay, I don't know who you are. Nice to meet you."
Exactly.
She's like, "No, you gotta meet my boyfriend
now.
right now." And she literally dragged us out to introduce you.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, we had a blast that night. We had so much fun after we went out to that restaurant, the meat market. I think we went to meat market.
It was meat market. Yeah,
it was a lot
You
of fun.
pretty much run Tampa. I feel like you know everybody in Tampa, bro. How long you been here? Because you're Canadian.
Yeah,
which is,
I'm born in Canada, man.
Are you an American
Hey,
citizen?
we're in Canada.
Are you an
No,
American citizen?
I'm not an alien because
Okay.
I'm in process of my E2 investor visa.
Do you have
so
to
let's
be here
just say
3
that.
months only, or
I just want to make that on the
okay?
record.
Yes. Almost an American citizen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
On
awesome.
my way, and one thing I thought is, you know, I just came here to snowbird one year. It was the end of 21. My government was really, really failing me, to be honest. And I jumped over here saying, you know what, I'm going to come here for 6 months just to do the snowbird experience. Came out here and I was like, you know what? This could be the place. But if I want to come to Florida, I got to earn my right.
Yeah.
So I got to come here and I got to understand what is the legal process. I ain't going to be an alien like how Donald Trump talks about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
we
No, I
ain't going to
agree.
be that.
I agree. Fuck
But
that.
we're gonna make sure we do it the right way, and we're gonna come in and we're gonna create jobs, and we're gonna now influence an actual next generation.
I
So
love
I
that.
came
You
in
did
with
it
the
the right way.
intention.
You enjoy it more long term when you do it the right way, anyway.
Oh,
bro.
of course.
Well,
And-
you see how he says it. He comes and it's productive, right?
Yeah.
It's not like some people that come and take advantage of the system. He's like, no, I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna work. I want to be an American, and I want to make some money, and I want to meet great people, and that's exactly what he's been doing. I mean, you've been doing a great job with that,
It's earning the right to do that as well, too, right?
for
Yeah.
sure.
It's earning that right. Earning the right to be an American citizen is if I can do my job correctly for the next few years, I can build my business, I can build the movement, then guess what? I would ask for that.
Yeah.
I would ask permission if the United States wants to give me permission to be a
I
citizen.
love that.
What's
That's
the
the way it
process?
Hey, but look,
Immigrant status,
despite
baby.
the struggles Canada has, they have some beautiful people there, man.
I
We lived in
agree.
Toronto for 3 years, and I swear the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life are from like Canada, man.
Yeah, they're great
So
people.
kind, so nice, kind of like you, honestly. Like they're just really nice people. And somebody as a Canadian coming to America, it's a whole different world, right? Like
Hey, we're taught that y'all are just, you know,
assholes.
Yeah.
It's okay
Yeah,
to
we
say it, bro.
we lived in
We're
Canada.
assholes.
It was hard initially.
They all thought we were assholes. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they judged us right away.
Of course, because the thing
Of
is, like,
course.
y'all have presence. Y'all have presence in the world, okay? From a geopolitical standpoint, we're
Yeah,
Canada,
true,
right?
true,
So
true.
I'm born in Alberta, which is like the Texas of,
Yeah.
of the U.S.,
You
right?
guys are the
Yeah.
stepchild.
So we're
yeah.
very oil and gas oriented, very entrepreneurial, and we take the oil from our ground and we ship it to y'all. Y'all refine it and then sell it back to us.
That is weird.
Where was the leadership and where was the decision making?
Who's allowing this?
Who allowed that? Who allowed that? You know.
What was like the reason that like you like? I know you said you wanted like a create a business and meet some more people, but what was that like one thing that said, fuck this, I'm leaving, I'm going, I'm taking a risk? Because that's a big risk. Like I feel like that's the hardest thing people struggle with, is when they're content and they're stable, to take that risk and that jump. I'm sure you were doing great in Canada, but you wanted to do better. Well, what was that one thing?
Well, not only was I doing great at that time, right before the pandemic, I was doing excellent.
Okay.
I had just bought 2 condos downtown. I'm driving an R8. I'm living the lifestyle, like the perfect lifestyle. Everything that you could imagine. Money, cars, clothes, all of it. But the pandemic hit.
Yeah. Pandemic screwed everything.
And the pandemic not only just screwed us over, as in we just needed to go home and whatnot, but leadership didn't allow it to actually manifest the right way. So why I said I'm done was they shut us down for 3 months. Okay, we all go back. I even moved.
You're talking about Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved back to my mom's house. I was living in her basement during the COVID pandemic. I was like, okay, everything, locking down. I had 2 offices open, condos downtown, everything. They opened back up. They even handed us all business owners $60,000 each to open up our business again. I had 2 offices open. I had to shut them down. I opened them back up. A couple months later, they shut us down again.
Shit. Why?
So
it's just started getting back up.
You're getting somebody to unstable. You're getting entrepreneurs to an unstable environment on a whole different scale now. There's no way people can sustain.
No way.
Retail businesses. How are you going to
Absolutely.
maintain leases? How are you going to maintain? Done.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
at that
agree.
moment, I was like, you know what? I got to go somewhere that's going to allow me to actually be free, to uncage my roar.
Yeah.
Because, I always thought I was an eagle growing up, having the vision and always wanting to see everything. But until I came out to America, that's when I really actually understood the lion that I was.
Yeah. So what's your
way to
roar? You keep saying,
explain that. What does
roar.
that mean?
Explain the
Like-
roar. What is the roar? Because I mean, I understand it, but there might be some people that don't understand that type of roar. Tell us about your roar.
Look, I believe everyone has a story. Everyone has a power source inside them that they need to get out. My methodology is the roar. Just like the animal kingdom, there's a lion, and that lion is there to roar. And funny enough, most people think the lion is there to actually kill, but it's not. The lion goes out, and as the man of the family, he goes out and roars to the whole kingdom and allows the whole kingdom to understand. Don't come close.
Yeah.
And then his lioness and the lionesses go and kill. They bring the food back, and everyone eats. Now you see in modern day times, when we look at this from a male standpoint, we look at it from a masculine standpoint, we have to start to uncage our roar. We are men. We are designed to be the hunters and gatherers, yes, but we are here now in a modern day time where we need to roar.
Yeah.
We need to get on camera. We need to start to speak and emotionalize ourselves, think and talk to one another as brothers.
I agree.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, 100%. And
Not everybody
go ahead.
gets it though.
Yeah,
Not
they
everybody
don't.
gets it.
Yeah.
Fair.
And sorry, I cut you off. I always cut you off.
No, it's
By the way,
okay.
me and him on every podcast, we go at each other. We talk shit.
I love
I guess
it.
it's brotherly love.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Like,
brotherly love.
usually Thomas has to hold us off. Like
Yeah.
we're about to swing at each other half the podcast.
Yes, if you ever need anybody to cut you off while you're talking,
That's me.
He's the expert.
And trust me,
I
they
love it.
let us know in the comments.
They do.
Bro, I got ripped apart last episode.
That's the best, though.
Why does he always cut them off? Look at his ugly ass mustache. Dude, they always rip
They
on me in the
rip on
comments,
you.
bro.
Those comments keep them coming because that's when it's at.
They
right
do.
there.
They rip on me the
I love it.
most. They don't talk shit to
Engagement.
him.
Yeah, they do. Well, no, what
He's like, yeah, not really.
Yeah.
I was saying, there's a certain presence to you when you're on stage, when you're speaking in front, especially like the Lions Den, which is, by the way, every Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm sure you'll give us some more information towards the end of the episode, but I see you push a lot of people out of their comfort zone, and one attribute that I really like about you is public speaking. You are a very good public speaker. There are a lot of people who have that roar inside them, but unable to really portray it out to other people. What kind of advice would you give somebody who has the roar but is unable to get that roar out due to anxiety, due to being afraid or stage fright or whatnot?
There's lots of ways that we can label it, but ultimately what we've come up to is 3 words: judgment, ego, fear. My coach Richard Dolan actually taught me this. Judgment, ego, fear. The judgment of others, the ego within yourself, or the fear of the unknown. You will always be speaking from one of those keepers, because those keepers are designed to have your brain do the only function it's designed to do: survive.
Yeah.
Right?
Constant survival.
So when we're in a situation of finding our authenticity, when we're in a situation of finding our roar, anytime that you question or doubt it, just acknowledge, which keeper am I speaking from? because it's only going to be one.
Yeah.
The first step is acknowledgement. So it's like, okay, you know what? I feel something. Okay, so is it judgment? Is it ego? Is it fear? This one was fear. I don't know what's going on. Acknowledgement is the first step. The second step is now, how do I control that emotion? How do I understand the levels of thought and being able to disassociate myself from thought? That allows us to take more control of the situation. And then, of course, I always give this little classic thing. Give yourself a timer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Give yourself a timer. When you feel something, when you feel an emotion, you feel angst, you feel depression, you feel something that you want to label, say, you know what? I'm going to give myself a timer for 10 minutes to feel that wholeheartedly and give yourself permission to feel it.
I love that. That makes complete sense. What if somebody has all three of them? What if they're worried about judgment, about ego, about fear? Do you try to focus on each one initially? Because I'm sure there's some people who, an ego might be the problem or fear might be the problem, but they were really not. They don't care about what other people think.
I think money changes that too. You get more money, bro. That gives you the confidence.
I would say have a primary though. You'll always have a primary. You'll always have a secondary, and the third one is the one that you don't need to worry about yet. So you always just know what you need to focus on and look for. Just as simple as when it happens.
Yeah, focus.
For a long time for me, public speaking, you brought that up. I was so fearful of public speaking. I wouldn't
Really?
have been able to. Yeah. You guys give me compliments on public speaking, guys. I love it. But when I was younger, man, really? I was not a public speaker. Really? I would be the guy. I could never, ever put up my hand and then speak up. I'd go to conferences. I'd be the guy that sits at the back of the room. I would take pages of notes. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I was in some of the most elite rooms with some of the most elite people. But I would sit there and I would just never have the balls to fucking just put my hand up and grab that mic and just take it.
What was the step that led you to 10X? Because I always see you talk about 10X, Grant Cardone, and like that whole thing. Can you give me like a little breakdown? Because I really don't know. Like it's not just for the followers. I don't know.
Of course.
Like
10X was something that we got involved in right during the pandemic, actually, right before the pandemic happened. And it was intense because we actually got to go out to GrowthCon. And my coach, Richie Dolan, I mentioned him earlier. Yeah. He's a powerful guy.
Yeah.
He's the coach of coaches. So he works with LeBron James, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, some of these big guys. And what's so powerful about him is that he brought, 10 of his us Canadians.
Nice.
Right? And we got to go and actually work for Grant Cardone. So we actually built out his licensing department at that time.
Nice.
So we got to actually go into Las Vegas at 2020 February, be in Las Vegas,
like
the Mandalay Bay,
yeah.
with staff badges and go and actually sell. We actually raised Grant Cardone over $900,000 just in 3 days as us coming as Canadians.
It's insane.
And that was my first exposure to what 10X was, who Grant Cardone was. Yeah. And from there, I was like, okay, this guy's some 10X. So what is 10X? And I'm seeing all the Floyd Mayweather coming out and, Usher coming up and, John Travolta. He's like, I just landed in my 747 jet. I just came in for the conference. I'm like, who is this Grant Cardone guy?
Who's this guy?
I'm thinking this is just kind of like a gig that we just got because, we run a company, Legacy Global Canada, up in Canada. And we're like, we just came in to build this department here. This guy's like next level.
Yeah.
Next level.
But what is that Legacy? What was it doing? Like, is it marketing? What is it?
Legacy, we certified financial advisors.
Okay.
To a certain degree within using the platform of professional certification.
Okay.
And then also integrated that with real estate, which included RAIN, which was Real Estate Investment Network. Which was one of the biggest.
Is real estate what you do? Like, is that like your
real estate's my bread and butter.
That's my
engine. That's my engine.
Is this a good time to buy, sell? Any advice that you want to give? Like,
see, myself, I wouldn't give advice in this market because I don't know this market enough. I'm learning about this market in Canada. I'll tell you, I'm a commercial retail strip mall developer.
Got you.
So I take a piece of land.
That's where the money is.
I'll build a building. I'll lease it out with a liquor store, pizza shop, doctor's office.
Oh yeah.
So a little retail, and then we keep it,
a lot of money
sell it. And
yeah, that's great.
Small golden
egg. A lot of brown people
estate.
love that stuff, dude.
Yeah,
all of our family love that too.
Indians,
shopping center,
they're everywhere. But see, that's in Canada. I've never really felt that I was different. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like compared to being in the States now. I mean, maybe right now these days it's kind of everywhere. But when I was in Canada, brown people, white people, Asians, it's just a big melting pot, right?
Honestly, you don't feel like you don't see color. I know that sounds weird.
Yeah.
We use that here, but you really do. But over there, I really didn't feel like it was. I felt like everyone has a chance.
Yeah.
But again, there is restrictions from the government, which is why you ended up here.
Yeah, but they also tax the shit out of them too.
You also, if you use the whole I'm brown, I'm brown thing your whole life, then you're just gonna screw yourself over and restrict yourself so much. You got to just get out there and don't complain, don't bitch about it, don't use the race card, and just go out there and prove yourself. Because again, like him, if he walks in the room, they don't give a shit if he's Indian. What is he bringing to the table? That's all that really matters.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So, what's next? I'm sure you probably always got something cooking. What's next?
I know
What's
you got
coming
something
up?
cooking. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I
Give
know.
us something good, man.
I've been wanting to ask you that question. What's next? Lions Den is doing fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, you get more and more people every week.
Lions Den birthed something that I never even expected. 2 years ago when I just started a weekly call, I just jumped on a weekly call and it was just in service. And said it's a free call for anybody that wants to join. I don't care if it's one person or 100 people. I'm gonna be on this call every single Thursday at 6 p.m.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna pour value.
Yeah.
Because I feel that there's men in need of learning communication, and they need an outlet. They need a place, a safe haven, where they can embrace brotherhood, blessings, breakthroughs, come together as men, but still bring our masculine energy out. I don't know where we went from this concept of just being able to go from, hunters and gatherers, like we were talking about, to I can be a woman now, and not to go too aggressive on that, but I want to point blank make that clear. Masculine energy cannot fucking die.
Yeah.
Amen.
No.
We need to bring that back.
And if you want to go that route, that's fine. Just don't judge us for wanting to be
absolutely,
masculine.
but don't
That's it.
exactly. And we're suppressing the most powerful people right now, the most powerful leaders, which comes to a family unit.
Yeah.
A family unit is the most powerful. It's not man versus woman.
No.
Yeah.
We're abolished by that bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a family unit is the most powerful way that you can dominate in this world now.
That's so true.
And that's what we're bringing in the Lions Den, and that's the future of 2024.
I
And
love
giving
that.
guys confidence to be able to break out and give that roar that you're talking about.
Exactly.
Maybe we can give AJ some of that.
Oh well, I'm practicing.
Yeah,
I'm
I see
practicing.
that.
I try to get on to jump on a call on the Lions Den as much as I can. I'm not there as often. The only reason is
You showed up, man. You showed up.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. It's so hard because
The worst time for us too.
It's like it's literally because
for
it's
me.
like the office closing up, finishing up, and it's like, oh god. But I try. Even if I'm driving on the way home, if I could get 20 minutes out of it, I'll get 20 minutes out of it. But tell us about your team. Tell us about your team.
Before we get into the theme, I just want to say, just this year, we are launching now. So we do have the weekly calls, which is awesome. But we have our monthly now masterminds
Oh,
in
nice.
Tampa.
Okay, nice.
Live
Okay.
in person.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And now we're doing our quarterly events. So we got Vegas coming up, and we got Bali coming up.
What?
And we got Miami coming up.
What?
So
What?
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Hold on, okay.
And it's only a select group of men, and we do a whole shebang. Like Vegas, we're racing supercars, shooting guns out of helicopters, like a whole, like not your average experience.
That's
you know?
insane. It's awesome. So, and then when is it starting?
No, it's now. We're live.
You're live now, already
Yeah,
started?
yeah,
So did you have your
absolutely.
first event?
Yeah, absolutely.
When- oh.
We're doing Cinco de Mayo weekend. May 3rd, 4th, and 5th is going to be Miami or Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Awesome. It's probably going to
We're
be
only
lit.
taking 10 men.
Nice.
And this is the mentality behind it. You take 10 men, you put them in a situation, but you take them shooting guns. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You take them
They
shooting
love that
guns first.
shit,
Of course,
bro.
there's going to be some speeches and some
Of
celebrity
course.
style
Of course.
approach. But you take these 10 men, you take them into a helicopter, you let them shoot an AK-47 at the Red Mountains. Get rid of the bullshit that you're holding on to as a man.
Yeah.
Next day, wake up, jump inside the vehicle, and let's start driving 200 miles an hour, baby.
Yeah, I
Let's
love
go.
that shit. That's my
Feeling
shit.
control
That's the
now.
shit.
Feeling control as the man that you are. And then day 3, my most favorite, spa treatment.
Oh.
Take care of the exterior that makes you the man that you are.
Hell
and
yeah.
then get back to work, get back to business, get back to the family,
Exactly.
get back to everything after that.
All
Those
the
3 days will
shit
change
you
your
got
life.
going
I love
on.
that. That's actually really dope. I
That
love
is
that.
amazing,
What does
bro.
that take to get into part of that circle or that 10?
Being in the circle.
Yeah.
Like being a part of the Lions Den, seeing the internet. We're not looking just for the money on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
We're looking for the right people at the right place to be able to connect the right way and add value, but also be able to experience the transformation.
What would you recommend to somebody just starting? Step 1. Has no idea about any of this stuff.
Like
Gets
a,
out there.
like entrepreneurship or
entrepreneur,
like a
just-
business or
Doesn't matter age. He's just jumping in. Step 1. What would you recommend?
I remember it was at a real estate summit, and I had just been walking around a couple of days, and the last day I met this young guy, 16-year-old kid, and we're having a conversation, and he's telling me that he's working 2 jobs, and he's just trying to hustle, and he doesn't really believe in high school too much, and all this kind of stuff, but dedication, passion, had the energy, you know what I mean? So I looked at him and I said, interesting. I was like, that's all you really need is hard work and dedication. If you have that, you're good. He's
100%.
like, but I don't know where to go. That's where I understood.
Where do I start?
All
That's
they
what I mean.
all they need is leadership. They're tired of telling people telling them what they need, and people starting to ask them what they actually want. First thing I did with him, continued the relationship 2 years later. Now look where he is. He's an 18-year-old kid running my marketing company, marketing side of the company. being able to accelerate in different paths,
Meet a whole bunch of new people.
A whole different thing. So all it comes down to is finding a mentor, finding somebody that's in your vicinity that you look up to, that you can see your life being like, and going and just being in service. That will outbeat anything. If you have $0 in your bank account, even if you have $100 million in your bank account, you can always learn, you can always grow, you can always find somebody that's a bigger fish so that you can emulate, not imitate, but emulate.
Yeah, for sure. That's a
And
great word.
not want to be at the top right from the beginning. You got to learn. That's what the problem with these kids nowadays, because COVID did is, the stock market, you created the fastest millionaires ever, bro. You know how many young people I've met that went from making $12 an hour to now multimillionaires?
Yep.
So they never got to experience the hardship of learning and connecting and meeting people. That whole thing, that's going to affect them long term. Because once that stock market drops and they no longer have that money and that's their lifestyle, now they have to go back to a $15 an hour job. That destroys your life, your confidence, and everything.
Yeah, what he said is that go-getter, that hunger. And who's it that you're talking about exactly?
My boy Gus Nagel.
Yeah, he's awesome, bro. I don't even call him a kid. He's a grown man now, bro.
He's changed my life. You know, he's not only just my adopted son now. And going back to the family unit, he is. He's literally my adopted son.
He's your BFF.
Everywhere you go, I see him.
It's
right
incredible,
there.
incredible. From the business standpoint, of course, it's impeccable. But just as somebody now, as being a 30-year-old guy with a teenage son,
Yeah.
it's a whole different experience.
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool.
I'm like, damn, I'm starting to feel what these parents like bitch about sometimes, to be honest. Right? I'm on that side, but I'm on the other side where I'm like, I kind of get where he's coming from, because like not too long ago,
It keeps
I was
you
right
young,
there. It kind of keeps you right in check.
Yeah, it does.
But he's transformed my life. He's given me responsibility in a different way that I didn't even think. And you know, with Emmy now and the family unit of, you know, like I said, I was like, I got woman, I got kid, I even have a dog.
Nice.
It's like, man, complete.
Roar.
Yeah, you got it.
Like, well, let's go. What else do you really need?
And you know, honestly, you don't see this a lot in the Indian culture, though.
No.
So you don't see that, like people like you that are like brown
No,
people in
my
general.
girl's
Like
white, man.
they're not outspoken.
She's from England.
Yeah, but we're not like brown people in general. They're not really outspoken. They're not the loudest person in the room. They're very quiet.
Yeah.
They're quiet about their business. They don't like to be on camera. And you just were like, screw all of that. I'm gonna do everything else.
Did you grow up in a very strict family? Was your father strict or mother?
No, my mom's very religious, I will say, you know, and she was very traditional.
Yeah.
My dad was very entrepreneurial.
Okay.
So what was amazing about my upbringing was dad was always busy at work. So I have my own daddy issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
we all do.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
In their own ways, even males, and that's a good thing to admit as well, to an own.
100%.
This is a powerful moment right here. But you know, he was always at work, busy with business and money. But he was always to teach me that. And on the opposite side, my mom's health wasn't so great, so she was always at home, and she always could take care of us though. So I learned the love, the loyalty, the passion, the respect, the things that money can't buy.
Yeah.
Makes a
So it's
big
almost like
difference.
the perfect combination, and that's why I love my parents so much. They're everything that I exist from, and that's the only reason why I'm building now for the next gen, because that's all they wanted.
Yeah.
To come from India and England to grow their next gen, and now mine just happens to be, 18-year-old kid right now. And,
Yeah.
and a dog.
18-year-old
and
man.
Eventually my own babies one day, and that'll be the
I
next
can't wait for
generation.
that. You guys are gonna have. You're gonna be amazing parents. But
yes.
you always say like you talk about man. But at the end of the day, it took your mom to create somebody like you because the dad wasn't around. So you need a strong woman that understands, you as a person and helps you grow into the man you are today.
Absolutely.
Honestly, without the
Mama's
moms,
boys for life. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that now.
dude.
That's a whole different.
our dad wasn't never. He worked 7 days a week. Same thing.
Yeah.
We never seen him.
Yeah. We never saw our dad either.
I feel like most brown dads are now.
Well, they work hard, and that's
Yeah,
why
they
our
do.
generation is now gonna adapt to this. We're gonna start to understand the hybrid between it.
Yep.
That's why we're innovating on a different level. When I have conversations with my dad on the phone, he still doesn't understand. He's like, "What? You speak on stage and people pay you?" Like,
Yeah,
what?
he runs an Indian grocery store. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's like,
that makes no sense.
Service, they pay me. I put it into the register. I click the button, and that's it. That's what he's been doing for 23 years.
Talk and pay? What the
He's
hell?
like-
That
he's
doesn't
like,
make no sense.
I was like, Dad, it's the most paid profession. You got to get good at communicating.
Are you gonna talk at RiseCon this year?
Not this year.
Damn,
Not this
dude.
year. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Almost.
Soon.
Yeah. I
Actually-
honestly thought you would this year.
Actually, to be honest, I was offered an opportunity.
Okay.
And I don't want to knock off RiseCon because I'm very excited for it, but I don't want to pay for stages.
Yeah.
No.
I made
come
that
on,
commitment
that
from the
doesn't make
beginning
sense,
is that I do not want to pay for a stage, and I want to be able to be worth it.
Yeah.
So I said to his team, I said, you know what? One day I'm
not
going to
about
meet
the
him.
money. I
One
agree
day I'm
with
going to
you.
meet him, and he's going to understand me a little bit more on a deeper level, and I would love to earn the right for him to ask me to be on that
Invite you.
stage.
Yep.
That's the way to do it, not just to pay your way.
I agree.
Honestly,
Everyone can pay
go on the
themselves out,
podcast
man.
with him and that's where you'll connect with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he still recording
around here as well? Too.
I haven't seen him record.
I haven't seen him record any episodes.
He's probably so busy, bro. Blackstone in general is just like crazy.
It's good, man. He's doing some powerful things now.
Yeah, he is.
It's wild. You know, a conference like that can set you apart. When you go that bold, you take that chance on yourself.
Bro,
hey,
honestly,
that's gonna deliver some results.
Year. Amazing.
I
did not expect the first conference to be that good.
No. It was lit.
And he's never done it either. Like, that's such a risk to take.
Yeah.
That is expensive. Those things are not easy. Yeah. Those speakers.
What's powerful that I resonate with Vic specifically is that you always have to have an engine and you have to have a passion. Right? His engine was the medical company. His passion was being able to create an event to help people rise up.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
So when you get that balance in life, that's the real work-life balance. Not just the I can work and then I can play. No. It's like being able to have an engine that can support you and a passion that you can go and now fuel the next generation with. And that's the real connection, I feel.
And he's real about it too. Like he always talks about where he was, how he got there. Not everybody gets that opportunity, but hopefully we all get there.
What so what are certain things that you think you can improve on in your business or as a speaker? That I feel like, you know, I've seen a lot of people who are confident, and I feel like you're one of those that are probably one of the most confident people I've ever met, and I feel like it's very contagious, and that's what I love about you. And that's why I like seeing you hanging around, hanging out with you. But do you have any weaknesses? Do you have anything that you are working on to better yourself?
Always, man. We all got demons in the closet.
Yeah.
Everyone's got stuff to work on. And that's the crazy thing is that we stop thinking about that stuff on a face value, and that's what needs to be more exposed.
Yeah.
One of the reasons that we do this in the Lions Den is I have grown men from all different parts of the world expressing their emotions, expressing their thoughts, and I get vulnerable as well too.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about my relationships. I talk about certain things, pain points. You know, just last week we talked about, you know, the acceptance that I had, and I'm working with a coach right now that's getting me in a very, very interesting momentum of storyboard coaching, understanding, you know, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, like your years, your ages, and really working through that. And I figured out that, you know, for so many years I was chasing the acceptance of my father. Yeah. For so many years I was doing this, and I was doing that momentum to try to chase to make more money.
Yeah.
Because I thought money would solve the problem and show him that I was good enough.
Yeah.
But at the ultimate, going back to the origin, he was supporting me from the beginning by saying, like, son, like, I'm supporting you, even though I know I can see you messing up. Like, I'm continuously trying to help you in any way I can.
Push you.
And now looking back at that, it's like, wow, everyone has weaknesses. We all have traumas in our life.
Big time.
We all have traumas in different ways. And when we start to go into the psychological side of things and being able to uncover that, to be able to understand that, I think that's where it becomes more powerful for you to own it, to bring it up to light, to speak about it, to have a group of men to talk about, especially us men. It's so hard for us to talk about emotions. We were taught, rub some dirt in it, be a man.
Yeah, exactly.
And then now it's like, well, you can express anything you want. It's a free world. It's like,
you're overexpressing now.
Just let us come in the middle a little bit. Let us just like open up to a couple of things that we feel like, hey, baby, you know, I don't feel good right now. Okay, that's powerful for us.
Yeah.
We just said we don't feel good.
Social media can turn on you real fast.
Of course.
Real fast. It takes one bad. That's why we try to avoid politics at all costs, because you're never going to win.
Yeah.
Either side, you're not going to win.
Yeah. But that's the thing even about politics, man. It's 50-50. That's a game that everyone's playing wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Whether you look at like a Donald Trump, a controversial, freaking Andrew Tate, whoever you want to call it, it's 50-50. They're playing a wrong game. What I realize is 1/3 of people love you, 1/3 of people hate you. It's the 1/3 that don't know yet.
Yeah.
That you should be focused on.
That's for sure.
Like, admit the both sides. Understand haters are going to hate when you know you're doing great. Understand the supporters are always just going to be there. But it's like these people that don't even know you yet. Like, how are you catering to them? How are you solving their problems? Speakers mess up so much. Influencers mess up so much nowadays because I'm trying to think about my content. I'm trying to think about what I think is going to go viral. What my content is going to help. No. It's not about my content. It's what the audience is wanting.
Exactly.
And how I can respond to the audience and give them what they want. Because they don't know me yet.
Yeah.
Do you take a lot of criticism?
I love criticism.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Like, even on your page, on the Instagram page, a lot of haters. I'm sure there's always there's haters everywhere.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
There was something that happened back in Calgary. It was King of Calgary. This Urba Calgary. It's like a publicity channel on Instagram. They crowned me the King of Calgary.
Nice.
Of course, for me, I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, I run the city anyways.
Yeah,
I'm a little egotistical.
You know everybody, connect.
But this shit went viral, bro. It went viral around the whole city. Now everyone's like, "Yo, who does this guy think he is? This king of Calgary?" There was so much hate. It was at the beginning, and you know what? It did sting. At the beginning, I was like, "Yo, damn, people are really hating that hard." Like, bro,
without haters, you'll never make it.
How much did you pay for this post? Oh my God, this guy ain't nothing. Who is this king of Calgary? Well, but then there was also some amazing stuff too.
Yeah.
People were like, "Yo, respect, man. I like that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, he's cool. He's bold. Yo, I checked out his page. He's actually authentic. I like his." So there's always going to be that contrast. But if you're going 50-50, it'll never work.
Yeah.
1/3, 1/3, 1/3.
I like the 1/3 thing.
I love that. And you know what? Speaking about like hate, like I guarantee you that the majority of people that are hating are unsuccessful, don't have any money, failed so many times. Because you know, people who are confident and people who are successful, they're not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, who the fuck does he think he is?" You know what I'm saying? So bro, there's such bullshit, bro.
Exactly.
Honestly, I hate that, bro. I hate people. There's nothing wrong with saying nice, congratulations, man, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be nice. Fuck, what is these fucking people, bro?
Why'd you choose Tampa out of all places?
Ooh, I stumbled upon Tampa actually.
Tampa.
I didn't even find Tampa.
Really?
Yeah. So I was supposed to move to Miami. That was my spot.
Dude, I see you in Miami.
You know
I'm
me,
shocked
Miami,
why you're in
yeah.
Tampa.
You look like Miami.
You are straight Miami. That's why I'm shocked you're in Tampa.
No, I first came here because I was sponsoring one of my friend's event, and she was doing an all-women's event, and it was about women empowerment, and I'd connected with her at a conference, so she's telling me she has this boat all rented out, and she's bringing all these beautiful ladies, and I was like, hey, let's just stop by Tampa. You know, I was single at that time, so I was like, hey, a boat full. I've never been on a boat, first of all, so let's go on a boat. Let's start there, and then there's a boat full of women? Okay, that's
I'm in.
Check mark.
Yeah.
Check.
Show up, sponsor the event, incredible. I just look around the city, and I was like, whoa. And I was at American Social, right where the where the water is there. And I just
Channel side.
I looked at the city and I was like, this is a city.
Yeah.
It's different because Miami's cool, man. I've been in Brickell, I've done South Beach. You know, we've done even Aventura, we've done the whole everything.
Yeah.
But Tampa was a sense of energy, the connection. People weren't just looking at your watch or your shoes first.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
Miami, you walk in, they look at your shoes, they look at your
Right
watch.
away.
Like, okay,
who is this guy?
He's capable.
Yeah.
Sure. What's up? What's your name? And it's
It's Miami.
know? And it's not just that pretentious attitude, but it really is, what's a growing city? See, I'm a real estate guy.
Yeah.
I look at economical growth.
This
Look
is
at
a growing
facts.
city.
It's a growing city.
Yeah.
There's things moving.
For sure.
Not only from a real estate standpoint, but just like a real fintech standpoint.
Oh, absolutely.
Synapse just happened last week.
Yep.
You know, they were talking about the most
that.
innovative financial technology that they're bringing to the city. How many headquarters now of different multinational corporations are coming straight here to Tampa? New York, California, moving straight to Florida,
Everyone's
to Tampa.
moving here. Everyone's
I'm like,
moving to
okay,
Tampa.
you know what? Jeff Finnick, I ran into Jeff Finnick just outside because he owns the Addition. Right? The 26th floor, right?
Yeah.
So I ran into him at the one year mark at Boulon. So shaking his hand, like that's the kind of environment you're around, man. Shaking
That's
hands
why
with
you're
Jeff
where
Finnick,
you stay is
me?
like prime, dude.
Yeah.
You're like your apartment is prime.
It's like that's the spot, but that's power of proximity, right? Another thing that Grant
You have
Cardone
to pay for.
You got to pay the premium, but you're there now. When we go downstairs, Ric Flair is hanging out with us.
Yeah, I saw that. What the hell?
I love Ric Flair, bro. He's a
You always. That's one thing that you always talk about is you have to pay to get into the right room.
Yeah.
And without paying that, you're not gonna meet the right people. You're not gonna be able to get to the next step, which is so hard for a lot of people, especially people that are just starting financially. They're like, "Fuck, should I take the risk? Is it worth the money?"
But that being said, though, forget about the money for a second. See, that's the thing. Everyone says that you got to take the money to build it. If we just eliminate money, we get rid of money, what is still the skill set that's going to help you get into those rooms? It actually has nothing to do with money. I'll prove it to you. I was at a Toronto Raptors game. I'd been gifted a ticket by my mentor, Richie. It was like an $800 ticket. So when he asked me for $800, I was like, whoa. I got the ticket. I walk inside. I'm by myself. I somehow snuck my way in. But what I did is I walked around into where the private boxes are.
Yeah.
I saw this guy come out. He's frustrated that the washroom is too packed up right now. He seemed like he was wearing a suit and everything like that. I acted in service. Back to that, act in service. I was like, okay, he wanted to go. Okay, I waited a little bit. Bathroom got clear. I walked over and I got his attention. I was like, boss man, bathroom's clear if you want to go. He looked at me kind of like awkwardly and he was just like, oh, and it kind of clicked in his mind. And he just went and he did his thing. I went outside, got a champagne glass, waited for him to come back. While he kind of walked back, I look at him, I was like, the game's good, eh? I grabbed my hat, I shake it, I was like, I'm in box number 22 over there, and honestly, it's so hot over there, but I hope the game's going good. He looks at me and he's like, I appreciate you, man. He's like, come into my box.
That's awesome. Just like that.
Walks into the box. I walk into the box. Okay. Standing there, ended up figuring out that he was one of the presidents of Western Financial in Toronto.
Wow.
Oh shit.
So just like that, a connection got his connection, got his card. I was like, thank you so much. But it's like being in service has nothing to do with money. I look like some scrub. I look, I'm not. I'm just some brown guy wearing a little T-shirt of Toronto Raptors, wearing a hat forward and everything, going like this. But just that connection that you can make can change the trajectory of your life.
Yeah, I agree.
Even when we go to restaurants, whatever, he knows everybody. You go down restaurant.
You're right about so I don't think it's completely about the money, but I do believe that you having money will increase your chances.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, in certain areas, like better restaurants, better places, because that's where you're going to find a lot of these successful people, for sure. So we talked about
how much you willing to bank on that though? That's the question. If you only got $100 in your pocket, are you willing to bank $50 to go have a glass of 1942 tequila at the right bar to have the right conversation?
For sure.
AJ, yeah.
So that's the thing. So if you're willing to do that, then you have enough confidence in yourself to have that conversation.
Yeah, you're betting on yourself.
So again, going back to that, it has nothing to do with money. You have the confidence in yourself to have that conversation. That's why you're willing to put 50% of whatever's in your pocket right now on the line for one drink to have one conversation that could actually
change your life.
You got to believe in yourself. Exactly.
Still has nothing to do with the money to that first value.
Yeah.
We have to think of money as last.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When we think of money first, we go, I was presented an opportunity. It was $20,000 to sit front row, and $20,000. I don't have that. But if that's your first thought, that's where we mess up. If we change our thought and we say, what's the opportunity? It's sitting front row. Do I have the time? Will my family be okay? Will work be okay? How much is it? $20,000? Nah, I'm gonna respectfully decline.
Yeah.
You can still respectfully decline, but it better be the last thought that you have.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. What
I was gonna actually go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
I was gonna talk to you about the Elliott Group. What do you think of the Elliott Group? What do you think of the whole "I won't hire you without a six-pack"?
I don't really know much about it, to be honest.
You've never heard the?
No.
Oh, have you ever heard of Andy Elliott?
Andy Elliott.
Andy Elliott.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
He won't hire anybody. If you don't have a six-pack, he'll fire you.
Oh shit! Yeah.
No, he's straight up.
That won't work for me, bro. That ain't working for me.
Yeah, bro.
I get it because I get it. Hard work, dedication. Yeah, but come on, man. Some people are just genetically not unable to have a six pack.
Ideology behind that though is building your brand the way that you want to build it.
Yeah, that's his brand.
If your brand is built on hard work, dedication, in that aspect of hard work and dedication where you need a six pack, then by all means. Yeah. That's a brand that you're building.
Yeah, for sure.
Gear up if you think that you're capable of that and get your six pack and go apply.
Yeah, that's true too.
It comes down to
But do you think like physical health is a really important role in all of this success?
Oh, absolutely. I work on that every single day. That I think, going back to the challenge question that you asked me, I think that is my biggest challenge.
Yeah.
Is physical health. Is staying consistent with physical health, because it's so easy to have a couple of drinks at the bar. It's so easy to just have that slice of pizza.
Yeah.
But it's not even really about that either. It's about staying consistent with just routine. And routine is good. Like for me, I can wake up 3:55 in the morning, clean cut. Like 3:54 technically I wake up. And as soon as it goes 3:55, I swipe my alarm. I beat my alarm every day. But every single morning, getting myself to the gym though, that's hard.
Well,
See, I can wake up,
that.
but getting to the gym though, and physically training yourself, that's a whole different game.
I think if you jump to that next level where you do get to like the best physical fit you've ever been, it's going to take you to the next level.
100%.
I really do think it'll take you to the next level.
Yeah.
Because where do you get clear mostly?
Dude, if you're working out, it's the most clear-minded you'll ever be.
Exactly.
Yeah,
if I don't work out like 2 days,
sleep.
I feel sick. I genuinely feel sick.
You don't get enough sleep. And that's going to be your biggest problem.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you sleep on average?
5 hours.
We're going into the medicine side now.
About 5.
5 hours?
I get about 4 or 5 hours.
But that's every day.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. It's just every single day. At your age, you need a minimum of 6.
I tried to do this thing where I did Sundays where I would recover all my sleep for the whole week.
It
doesn't work. That's the worst way. Actually, it's the worst way to do it.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, absolutely.
The problem is you got to understand there's stages, right? Like your stage 1, stage 2. By the time you get to REM, you're basically only getting 3 hours of REM, 3.5 hours of REM. That's not good enough for your brain to function properly.
Yeah.
But see, the hard part is now is that, I'm waking up early, I'm getting my stuff done. By midday, the team starts. See, this entrepreneurial lifestyle, I still live my life very, flexible.
Yeah.
I can do certain things, but I physically just can't get to sleep.
Yeah.
Like that's the hard part.
But if you can't get to sleep, I know you want to wake up early, but I personally, as a doctor, would advise you to try to find a way to get past that 6 hours.
Agree.
To be able to get to the next level of your career. Because I really don't. You can get there, but your physical health will break down, and without your physical health, you're not going to be able to like.
It's going to start affecting his mental health too. That's what
and so like if you wake up at 4 o'clock and you sleep at like 12, 11,
10, 11,
yeah, 11 o'clock, you're that 5 hours. Sleep until 5:30. I know you're saying it's late for you, but that extra hour and a half of REM is going to make you way more productive, way more productive.
Energetic.
And I think that's
focused.
what's making you have a tough time getting to the gym right after, because your brain has not gotten enough REM, enough oxygen to be able to get to the gym.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
agree. I
That's
agree.
right.
Do you have questions for us?
Yeah.
We've been drilling you for
Bro,
the
we've
last
been drilling you.
40
No, I like
minutes.
I just like the topic actually right now, though. Just like in terms of somebody that has a busy lifestyle, like a very entrepreneurial lifestyle. Because like, again, what you're saying is like sleeping in an extra hour and a half, it just wouldn't work for me because I'm still going to be up. So that would be now me being more calculated on sleeping early. So how would an entrepreneur be able to really shut down at night to be able to release a bit and get into that kind of moment of sleep at an earlier time than extending it?
Let's go back. We'll go back to what we talked about in previous episodes about hygiene.
Sleep hygiene,
Right? Sleep hygiene. First off, is your phone next to you?
obviously.
Not really.
Okay, so you're in bed.
Bed
you
has
have
to
no
be
TV,
only sleep.
no
TV,
light.
yes, TV for sure.
Okay, so that's
No phone, though.
number one.
Okay.
Number one.
So nothing.
If
Okay,
you're-
that's good.
see,
That's a powerful one. Okay.
Going back, knowing you because of your work ethic and your discipline, yet we're weak in the sleep problem that we're trying to fix.
Correct.
I don't think
Bro, it'll
that.
change your life.
Yeah, I don't think
change
that
your
you're. I don't think that you say you can't. I just think that you're not doing it or you won't because you're just used to a certain style. Of
course,
That's
of
not,
course.
so.
My
If the
comfortability,
TV's
you know.
on, why is the TV on? Or why is there a TV in the bedroom?
We got a woman.
Well,
I
does she sleep
mine-
well? She probably, or she sleeps the same
No,
amount.
I straight up told my wife, like, if you're gonna do that, get
she
your own
needs-
tablet. You're not
Yeah,
fucking
So,
up my sleep.
fair enough. So now you just gave me another point to there
No.
because she said she always wants to have a screen on.
That's
before she
fine.
goes
Get a
to sleep.
tablet. You're not fucking up my sleep.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, tell
Respect.
her.
Because at the end of the day,
Respect.
without me, you're not like I got to pay the bills. I got to
like
make
that.
sure everything's taken care of.
You
just
know,
because you like that.
as much as a lion that I am, you know, at the end of the day, you sometimes got to
Of
bow down
course.
to your queen once
Of
in a while,
course.
you know?
Of course.
Fact.
Especially in the room. But no, that's actually still taking control in a right way.
In a right way.
Babe, if you want to do
You're
that,
compensating both.
you use the iPad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
So the most important thing in sleep hygiene is your brain is a program. When you program it to like bed, so like if you can't sleep, this is the question everyone's asked. If I can't sleep, should I go to bed? Absolutely not. I don't care if it's 4 a.m., 3 a.m. If you cannot sleep, it takes maybe a month of you programming that. Right. Bed needs to be, I am so exhausted, I can't even open, my eyes feel 1,000 pounds and I'm about to knock out, then you hit the bed. So you can sit on a couch as long as you want until I've had sleep issues my whole life. And this is one thing I'm working on myself, is I'll go to bed and say, you know what, dude, it's late, but I'm just gonna chill on bed. No, chill in bed is the worst thing. Even reading a book, it's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
Trying to just only go to bed, and I'm telling you, you start getting I got like 6 hours yesterday. I felt way better today. Like my gym session was better, mental state was better.
I think that the fact that you're still young, you're not bothered by it. You're this kind of go-getter. I gotta hustle, gotta do. Sleep will come later, but it's gonna haunt you as you get older. It's gonna cause a lot of problems. There's an increased risk of obesity, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, strokes with patients who suffer from insomnia. Okay, and if you're looking forward to like a certain weight that you want to get to, a goal,
Right.
you're gonna have sleep has to be priority.
Do you
know?
snore? If you know what I'm asking, like, how do you not know you have obstructive sleep? How do you know that there's not a
Snore,
cause?
you're saying?
Yeah. How do you know that there's not a cause of you waking up multiple times?
When I've had a couple of drinks is what she says to me.
Do you drink there every night?
No. It would be like my weekends are the wild times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you binge? You'd say you've been drinking?
On the weekends, you know,
drilling.
it's hey, you know, sometimes the parties get crazy.
I get it.
That
I
bottle
get it.
turns to a shot. That shot turns.
I just feel like there's
you know, I do it.
Hey, give him some love, AJ. God damn, AJ.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Bro, the light was like red mile. I
I'm
didn't see it.
exposed right now. I just thought of that night now, actually.
I do feel like there's gonna be a part of your brain that you haven't unlocked yet until you get to that point.
Of course.
A month, 6 weeks of 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you're gonna unlock something in your brain that you've never had
like that.
before. I really, really believe that.
Yeah.
No, I think really just the biggest takeaway right there was just getting rid of the screens, getting rid of that light.
Yeah, you need to.
And just going in with the intention of sleeping.
You know what
That's it.
circadian
That's
rhythm
it.
is, right?
Going back to
Circadian rhythm. Everything's
Yeah.
circadian rhythm.
I like
And that circadian rhythm needs to all flow. no sounds, no lights, no motion. All of those things need to be eliminated. Again, I had that issue I have the worst sleep ever. And the problem is my wife has to watch Friends before she goes to sleep. It's like a must. And so I'm like, what do? I'm either going to fight with my wife every night. I got her tablet. Figure it out. If you can't sleep, that's your problem. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Change that. It'll change your lifestyle.
Yeah, and you like to work out in the morning. I see you.
Yeah, it has to be in the morning.
Yeah. How many days a week do you work out?
For me, it has to be morning because I can't do it in the evening. Can't do it during the day.
Yeah,
it just does not make sense to me.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
So I aim for that 3 to 4 times a week. That's my focus.
Good.
Just get it in. Even
at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's about 4:30, about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
That's dedicated.
And really just going out, even just getting some activity done.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing that I took away is I was putting so much pressure on myself. You know, what workout do I do? How do I do it? All this stuff. Man, just go touch the weight.
Yeah.
Just get to the gym. Just get to the gym and
Find
go touch the
something
weight,
you love
man.
too.
Yeah.
Just go
That's
up
the
there,
only way
just
you're
turn
gonna
on
do
the
it long
treadmill. But just the act of just going and touching the weight, it just forces you up there. And what are you gonna go? I told myself this one time. I was like, I really don't want to go. If I just go all the way up, touch the weight, I'm giving myself permission at that point to come all the way back down and sleep in bed. As soon as I touch that weight, do you think I'm going back downstairs? No, I'm going
You're
downstairs.
You're going to get the workout in.
Okay, let's go.
Get it in. That's going to get it
Also, like, I feel like one of the things that's also helped me is, like, just walking outside barefoot, feeling the grass and, like, that nature and that little wind. Sometimes in the morning, it really makes a big difference for me. Or doing laps in the pool.
Yeah.
Like, if you can start your day at 5 a.m., you got a pool in your thing, right?
Yeah.
If you can start your day at 5 a.m., I'm serious. Jump in the pool and just do like 20 laps. That was the most shape I've ever been in my life, is doing that. Doing laps in the morning. It wakes you up, gives you that energy, circulation all through your body. Your mind is sharp. It's the best way to start your day.
Refreshed.
I love that.
Exactly. Perfect, man. Perfect. Any closing arguments? Anything that you'd like to kind of tell?
Bro, drill AJ, bro. You've gone way too easy on AJ.
Yeah, he's not asking me anything.
He's not asking
I'm loving
you
this.
shit.
What the
I'm
fuck?
good. This is some bullshit. Bullshit.
Say it. Ask it. Ask what you want to ask that. He's got a
I
question.
drill him every time.
I know, but now
you know
I'm
how much he
curious.
rips on me, bro. He's the older brother, so you gotta understand. In our culture, like, I can't say shit to him. I can pick on him,
Alpha,
but
baby.
there's a level to, like, you know, in our culture, if he sits in the front, he always gets first. He has to say the last word. It's always like that.
I don't, bro. You can't control the culture thousands of years.
Why is that?
I'm not. Who am I to change the culture?
So the older brother always gets dibs, but also the older brother suffers the most, I feel like, too, because when it comes time to make a decision for the family, it's the older brother. If my dad's getting sick or somebody needs, it's the older brother. So, like, there's benefits and risk to everything, but he always gets dibs.
I agree.
So
Well,
talk about that a little bit, though. Talk about the pressure of being an older brother, because I have a lot of friends of mine that are older brothers in their family dynamic.
You know what? I feel like your siblings, your younger siblings, they'll always go to you, whether it's questions or concerns, thinking that you know what to do. And a lot of times you have to improvise. A lot of times you have to, so you can be there for them and make sure that they're going to be okay, you have to improvise and pretend, listen, this is what you got to do. And it might not be the right thing or the wrong thing, but the intention to that is to make sure that they know that you're there for them. You know, we also got to set the example. We also get, you know, my parents were, you know, very rough on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the oldest. You gotta
I'm
do
proud
this,
of
you
this
gotta
guy,
do
bro.
that.
Like, people don't talk about it, but, like, from where he was, like, high school, younger, like, you know, being overweight, being picked on, he was, like, bullied a lot as younger, and then, like, he just said, fuck this shit, I'm tired of it, I've been picked on enough, I'm gonna change my life, lost the weight, became a doctor, became successful, changed his whole life, and he took that negative in his life, never bitched about it. You've known him for a long time, Thomas has known him for a long time, ask every person, he's never ever used that I was bullied as a kid, right? And I love that about him. He doesn't use any excuses. He said, fuck it, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that, turn it into energy, and be confident, right? And all of a sudden, the dude used that energy and became the most confident person in the room. And I love that about him.
Thank you.
And so, like, people that have been bullied or have had issues or anything, don't keep using that shit as an excuse. Put that inside of you. Use that as fuel to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And he's done that a lot.
Thank you.
Proud of him for
Appreciate
that.
Appreciate
That's
the love,
incredible
man.
hearing that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an example.
He's lost over 100
Thank you, bro.
pounds, bro.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Total in his life, that's a lot, bro.
I got sick and tired of not fitting on the roller coaster or the plane seats.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad, you know. But
That's what it takes, just that one thought.
yeah, man. And you know
what was that thought?
Well, the thought
Like
of
the-
what
Like the real thought that was like, now it's time.
Yeah.
it was embarrassment. It was to me, honestly, it was my kids. my kids were with me, and I felt really embarrassed for my kids because everybody else was kind of looking. And it was the next day is when I started that weight loss journey. And I realized that, first of all, I don't like to use the D word. Even in my office, I call it D for diet. I don't think anybody should be on a diet. I think it's a lifestyle. And we're not perfect. We're humans. We'll have drinks on the weekend, or we'll binge eating, you know, on a Saturday or Friday night. But consistency is 100% key. You want to get to where you want to be, you just got to be consistent. You might not see results in the first month. You might not see results in 3 months, but I guarantee you in 6 months you'll see results.
I remember the moment that he lost it. I never forget that moment because I wanted to like whip their fucking ass. He was on a boat. You remember that?
Yep.
He was on a boat with a whole bunch of rich guys, and he felt special. He just got here. He just became a doctor. He's like, okay, I'm around these rich guys. He felt good, but he was a little bit overweight. And one of the guys goes, "Sit down, fat ass," to him.
Yeah,
it really mentally fucked him. Like he just came home and he was like, "I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna be my own fucking boss. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna get my comp." And he just snapped. That was the day that he snapped. Yeah, never hung out with those guys again. Eliminated all the negative people. Because no matter how much a person is a connection, if he's bad for you, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the best. I don't care if he's the president of the United States. If he's negative or he's bad for you, it's not worth that connection.
Yeah.
That's my view, honestly. It doesn't matter because there are bad connections.
Absolutely, there are very, very bad connections.
Bad for you. They might be good for somebody else.
Exactly.
But they kill you, or like when you're around them, you feel like he belittles you, or you feel down, or you don't feel confident when you're around him. I don't care who he is. I'm not sucking up to somebody that's putting me down. Out.
For
Just
sure.
like you said, I'm not paying you to get on stage. I'm going to use my talent to get to a point where you're going to ask me to get on stage. And I love that about that.
Yeah. Amen, bro.
And it will mean way more when you're on fucking stage talking because they invited you versus you paying for that.
Hell yeah.
And we'll be right there, front row, bro.
Hell yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's awesome, bro.
That was a great episode, boys.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
You guys.
Man. We had a lot of fun. Hey, guys, Jay Dhahan.
Yeah,
Jay Dhahan. Remember the Lion's Den, Thursday, 6 p.m. We'll leave the information out once
Gus, follow Gus, follow everybody.
And thank you so much for joining us, bro. We had a blast today, man.
I want to say thank you guys.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely,
not only to the brothers, MJ, AJ, but also just DocTok. What you guys are doing here, not only just bringing me as a guest, but all the guests that you bring on, this is the movement of connection now, utilizing social media the right way.
Amen.
There's so many people that are wasting their time trying to just post stuff that doesn't matter, but this is the real content. This is how we get to the audiences. This is how we actually take it to the next level. So, brothers,
I love that, man. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Brother. Thank you.
Come on, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it.
Peace out, guys. We out.